Hi, welcome to Grey Horse Yoga. So for this video, I wanted to introduce you to self-awakening yoga. This is the style of yoga that I had my training in way back in 2002. Seems like a really long time ago. So somatic, self-awakening yoga focuses on somatic movements, which is movements of the body where you're focusing on what the body feels like rather than what the body looks like. So it gives you really good feedback for where you feel areas of tightness and tension in your body. You do these poses, these yoga moves very slowly, very gently, working with your range of motion. There's no end point to get to. It's just how your body feels as you're going through the sequences. So I'll be guiding you through those. I have put down a blanket over top of my yoga mat for some extra cushion. You can do this on a carpeted surface or on a rug. And I also have the cushion that I'm sitting on right now I'm going to use for supporting my head. So we're going to lie on our side. So take your cushion or whatever, if you have, you can either use a folded up towel, but something for a little head support. So we're going to come to lie on our left side. The knees will be bent and the arms are going to be out in front of us, shoulder height, with the palms together. So first of all, you want to make sure that you're comfortable. So again, thinking of, the hips are stacked on top of each other, and this sequence of movements is going to release tightness and tension, the neck and shoulders all the way down the spine to the lower back. I'm going to remove my glasses so that they are not in the way. And as we start, we're just going to, again, hands are palms together, and you're just going to take the top hand, that right hand, since we're lying down on our left side, and slide it out past the left hand onto the floor in front of you. And you'll feel your shoulder move. You might feel the knee slide a little past, that top knee slide a little past the bottom knee, and then you're just going to gently slide that hand back up to meet the hand that's on that stayed stationary, the left hand. So do that a couple times. Just slide the right hand out, just comfortable distance. Again, don't worry about how far you're going. Just notice the sensation, notice the stretch. So just do that a couple times. And again, just steady, even breathing. And then the next time that you slide that right hand back up to the left palm, go ahead and continue to slide that right hand all the way up the inside of your arm, right across your collarbones. Open that right arm all the way out to the side. Maybe look towards where the right fingertips are reaching down towards the mat, and then curl the right fingertips up. Bend the wrist, bend the elbow, draw the hand again back across the collarbones, all the way out that left arm and past the left hand onto the floor. So do that again a few times, just gently and slowly. Let that right hand come all the way across the body again. Let it open up. It may not come to the floor, that's fine. But think of, as you move it, just think of bending the fingers and the wrist and the elbow, and gently slide the hand all the way back across the collarbones and that left arm back to the floor. So one more time, just like that. And notice again, as you're moving, we've got this right knee doing its little slide and move past the left knee as you're going back and forth. And then the next time that you open up all the way to the right, just stay here for a few breaths. So again, just find a comfortable position. Maybe your gaze is up towards the ceiling. Maybe the head is gently rolling a little to the right. But just take a few breaths, just noticing sensation. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And then once again, bending the fingertips and the wrist and the elbow, trace the hand all the way back across the collarbones until the palms again come together. Pause there for a breath. Inhaling and exhaling. And now we're going to start to do some circular movements with this top arm. So take that right hand and just begin to move it along the floor, reaching up towards the top of your mat, and then trace it all the way over your head. Maybe the fingertips stay to the mat, maybe they don't, and then sweep it all the way behind you. Again, big circle with the hand, and as the hand comes back, just let it kind of trace across the hip and down the thigh, across the knee, back to the mat, back to the floor, and then back to that left hand. And keep that going a few times. Again, so we're just exploring range of motion in the shoulder, the neck, the upper back, again, down the length of the spine. And just steady, even breath. And after you've done that, I think this is the third time, when the hands again come back together, pause for a moment, pause for a breath, and then we'll take the hand the opposite way. So now drag the fingertips down towards the knee and across the thigh and the hip behind you, and then up and overhead. Again, fingertips close to the floor. And then bring the hand again back to meet the left, and do that again, sweeping the arm down. Again, just find again range of motion and movement. Again, steady, slow, even movement. Move as is appropriate for your body. And the next time, again, the hands come back together, just pause there. Inhaling and exhaling. And then one more little sequence on this side. So now we're going to take that right hand and just reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling like you're drawing a big rainbow over top of you. You can watch the fingertips with the eyes, let the arm again come all the way behind you, and then bring that arm again all the way back and overhead. Again, just a couple more times. Inhale. And exhaling. And then one last time, again, we'll hold this spinal twist, or this variation of our spinal twist, as we open that arm to the right. Pause here for a couple breaths. Again, maybe you gaze towards the right fingertips. Maybe you keep your gaze up towards the ceiling. Maybe you even look towards the left hand. What feels good for you? Inhale and exhale, and then once again, sweep that right arm back up and overhead. Let the palms again come to touch. And then gently, we're going to come onto our back to a reclined mountain pose. So extend the legs all the way out and the arms all the way down. And just pause for a moment and notice if you feel any difference between the two sides of the body. You know, we were working the right side. We were working that movement in the right shoulder and that right hip. So notice if they feel different than the left side does. And then gently make your way up to a seated position, and then switch to the opposite side. So now the right side will be lying down. So let me adjust my microphone here. So coming to lie on your right side, again, knees bent, head resting on your pillow or cushion, arms out in front, palms together. So as we go through the sequence on the second side, notice difference, especially in the arms and shoulders, because we have a dominant arm. There can be a lot of difference between the two sides for this particular sequence. So now left hand resting on the right palm, and then just slide the left fingertip, out onto the mat in front of you, onto the floor in front of you, and then slide the hands again back to meet. So again, start with just the simple movement. We know where we're going, but we want to give this side that same opportunity to explore all of the sensations. So the next time that those palms come back together, again, we're reaching the fingertips out in front of the right, And then slide that left hand up the inside of that left arm, again across the collarbones, open the arm all the way out to the side, maybe look to where those fingertips might be touching the mat, and then curl the fingertips and the wrist and the elbow, trace the hand again and back across the collarbones and all the way down that arm and out onto the ground in front. So again, do that a couple times. Again, just move within your range of motion and sensation. Again, notice how as we're doing this, we're getting that little bit of movement also for the knees, as that knee is tracking past the lower knee as we reach forward, and then coming back as we reach back. So once again, palms together, pause for a moment, and then we're going to do that circular movement. So now the left fingertips are just going to begin to slide up around us on the mat. So keep those fingertips in contact with the ground as much as you can. Sweep that arm all the way around behind you, and then just let the arm slide over the hip and the thigh and the knee, and then back onto the ground and sweep again all the way back and around. So notice sensation in your shoulder and neck. Again, just think slow, easy movements. The next time, again, the palms come together, pause for a moment, and then we'll take that sequence the opposite direction. So sweep the fingertips of that left hand now down towards the knee and across the thigh and behind you, circling the arm all the way up and overhead. And just kind of notice, as you're moving, you might notice like fingertips are down as you come towards the knee, and then as the fingertips, the palm, as the arm comes behind you, maybe at some point the palm turns up, and then maybe again the palm turns down. Again, just another thing to just be aware of as you're moving, the sensation of that movement for the arm. And again, the next time that the palms come back together, pause there for a moment, inhaling and exhaling. And then reaching now the left fingertips up and overhead towards the ceiling this time. Again, think of tracing a rainbow over the body, reaching the arm behind you, and then bring that arm again back up and overhead, slowly to meet the right. Again, just do that a few times, inhaling and exhaling. And then the next time we open up and bring that left arm opening behind us, we'll take that spinal twist for a few breaths here. And again, find a comfortable position for your head and neck. Find your breath. And then once again, bringing that arm back up and overhead, reaching it all the way to meet that right palm. Take a breath. Inhaling and exhaling. And then once again, coming onto your back, come into that reclined mountain pose again, maybe moving again your cushion out of the way if that's more comfortable. Not to have the cushion under your head while you're on your back, your option. But again, just notice how the body's in contact with the earth. So feeling the shoulders and the hips. Notice again, if you felt a difference after we did the first side, does it feel more even now, or just feel different now that we've done the second side? So you can close the eyes for a couple breaths if you'd like, but just take a few moments. The important thing about somatic movement is giving the body a little time to process what the body was just feeling. So just a couple steady, even breaths here. And then gently bending the knees, feet to the mat, slowly just making your way up to a seated position. Just slowly roll over onto your side, pressing the hands into the mat. Use that support to help you come up to a seated position. Again, maybe keep the eyes closed for another moment. Inhaling and exhaling. And then gently let the eyes open. So that is an introduction to self-awakening yoga, instructed to me by my yoga instructors, Don and Amba Stapleton. Again, it emphasizes what is called somatic movements, where we kind of focus on what the body feels like on the inside rather than what it looks like on the outside. And so this is important for us as equestrians, that, when we get in the saddle, we can kind of be aware of things that our bodies may be doing, imbalances that we have, so that we can be in a better state of balance to help our horse be in a better state of balance. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And I hope to see you sometime soon in the saddle or on the mat. Thanks. Bye-bye. Have a great day.